We are going to start with the biggest struggles that you expected. So when you got into this business, you said, I'm going to get my real estate license. I imagine this is going to be a tough part of this business. Any volunteers as to what you thought was going to be difficult before you started doing this?
Finding leads.
Finding leads, lead generation. Okay, that's pretty open-ended, but I think lead generation is a very difficult thing, and that's actually why, when polled, 70% of people who drop out of this business, their reason for leaving the business is they didn't have enough leads. So learning how to generate leads is very important. What else?
Staying in contact with them, leads.
Following up. If you're not using a CRM, you're not going to last in this business. Okay, you guys come to my office every day saying, hey, Molly just asked me about this. I'm like, who the hell is Molly? And I need contacts. I was just in here 2 hours ago telling you about it. But yeah, but I just did 1,000 things. I sent 40 messages, I had 6 phone calls, and you want me to remember, what floor Molly wants to live on or what exposure she wants? Sorry, man, it's not stuck in my brain. You put Molly into your CRM, you take notes in your CRM. You guys all know the registration form. You have first contact with your client, that's where you take the notes. If you come to me with a client without the registration form, I got nothing to work on. What else?
Concern when we started or before we started?
Yeah. It could be still a present concern because you're pretty new. Finding listings. That is presumably a tough one. I'll give you guys a few more. What were your expectations? Big money. You thought you'd be making a lot of money. That wasn't really a fear, but a lot of people get into this business thinking people in this business are very successful. Right? I should be able to. I'm a pretty smart person. I can figure this out. Expectations, making phone calls. A lot of people are afraid to make phone calls. Right? Cold calling. Everybody who asks me about do you do any cold calling when I interview with them? It's because they're afraid of making cold calls. That is a part of this business. You have to call people up. Going to events. Not a people person. You got to go to events, and not just real estate events. You got to meet people. Right? You got to go to the Elks Club or 4-H, or you got to go to church, or you got to go to chess club. You got to meet people. You just go to real estate events, you're just going to meet your competition and people that want you to use their services, like a title company or an inspection company or something like that. You got to go meet the people who have an actual need for what it is that you do. Forced consistency. You will have to force yourself to be consistent. That is the reality of this business. If you're not here, how many people are not here that you see on a regular basis? I have not messaged them this morning saying, hey, are you going to come in? I'm not messaging them now saying, where are you? That's on them. And if they don't feel compelled to get here, if the rain is a deterrent to them, then they're going to have a really tough time in this business. Stress. It's 10 o'clock at night, your phone goes off. That's money. You're on vacation. Your broker messages you. It's potentially money. 6 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, your phone goes off. Do you answer it? I probably wouldn't. I don't know. In the beginning as an agent, I may have. But it is a stressful job. You leave this office, the stress does not go away. The business is not closed. When I walk out of this office and turn out the lights, business is not closed. All right, same thing goes for you guys. It's 24/7. Intimidation. You live in a $2,400 apartment with 5 roommates, and you're going to show a $7,200 one-bedroom apartment. You're going to show a $2.4 million apartment. How can you stack up? They're going to see right through you, right? That's intimidating. People are going to be asking you questions you're not prepared to answer. That's intimidating. What did I tell you the other day? You think you have to have the answers? I'm like, dude, I have no answers. Especially in like 2025, I know nothing. Okay? I can get all the answers, and I probably have it somewhere in my mind, but like, I'm not ChatGPT, man. Right? Like, the thing is, you can just think about it like an artist, right? Like an artist makes art, but not on demand, right? ChatGPT gives you answers on demand. It gives you art on demand, okay? I might be the person that has the information, but I gotta go look it up, look through my notes, do a little research, right? Nobody expects you to have all the answers these days. It's just how confidently you deal with not having the answers. Organization. Organization is something that you guys need to stay on top of. It's very easy for it all to unravel. Especially if you go on vacation. You come back, you got a zillion messages. And you didn't check them when you were on vacation. If that ever happens again, you go on vacation and you're unable, there's a couple types of vacation. One, you have access to your phone, you're taking phone calls, text messages. The other one is you're like, I'm gonna be in a submarine, 1 mile below the surface of the ocean, no cell phone reception down there, trust me. Actually, don't trust me. Maybe there is. I've never been on a submarine before. In that case, in that scenario, you have someone else monitor your messages who you would trust to do so. All right. Time management, from top of organization. Time management. All right. Getting to the office on time, getting to your client meetings on time, organizing your day. 10 o'clock to 10:30 every morning, I'm going to do this. 10:30 to noon, I'm going to do this. Noon to 2, I'm going to do this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then holding yourself accountable for that. Working hard. Working hard. Really easy to not work hard. Really easy to sit at your desk and play casino video games or Candy Crush or roller coaster games or something like that. Or to be sidelined by an Instagram notification or TikTok. Or you just need to have a glass of water before you start working. You get up, get a glass of water, and you're like, well, I better go to the bathroom because why not? You know, when it's almost lunchtime, I think I'll get some lunch. And you go out to lunch and you come back and play a little Instagram. Oh, I got to get back to the thing, but my water's empty. I better refill my water and got to go to the bathroom. And, you know, I'm going to be hungry in a little while. I should probably get a snack, and you've done nothing. All right? Sitting and working hard uninterrupted is very difficult to do, especially when you have a million apps and a million things going on. But that's a skill, and you need to be able to do it. Freedom. A lot of people sign up to be a real estate agent because they expect to be free. They don't want to work. Well, maybe down the line, but as a new agent, the tough work comes now. Fame. Right, Kerwin? Some of us sign up for fame. Yeah, but they want to be famous.
Already started.
Already started. Meeting property owners. That's an expectation. A lot of people have been doing this business for a couple of years, never met a single owner. Really easy to do on the rental side of business or the commercial leasing side of business. Gaining market knowledge. A lot of people do this day in and day out. They don't really learn anything. They don't know what the interest rates are. They don't know what appropriate price points are for X style building, X size apartment in X neighborhood. These are things you need to learn. Building your personal brand. You always plan to piggyback off somebody else. You've been doing this for 9 years on somebody else's team, no track record of your own. I don't think so. Discipline. Expecting to have some self-discipline. Anything I'm missing here, guys? Anything that you expected that I did not cover?
I'll say learning the neighborhoods.
Learning neighborhoods. That's it. Yeah. So I didn't know the neighborhoods very well as a new real estate agent, and I put the background of my phone, the background of my computer, and I had a subway map that I hung up in my house in front of my computer, so I could see the subway map because I didn't know anything. I lived in Queens. The only time I came into the city, I took one train and went anywhere that was off of that train and went back to Queens. I knew Queens really well, but I did not know Manhattan. I didn't know the Clark Street for neighborhoods. You named a neighborhood, I couldn't tell you whether it was in New York City or Cambodia or something. I didn't know.
Did you say a lot of walking?
A lot of walking, expecting to do a lot of walking. That's something I tell new agents right off the bat. Wear comfortable shoes. Wear comfortable shoes. A lot of walking.
Closed deals was one. You keep an expectation.
Expecting to close deals. It's easier than you think. A lot of times agents get in their own way, expecting to close deals. I don't have that noted down here, but that's a good one. All right. All right, we're gonna move on.